Last time on Shadow Piece, the battle between the Sin of Pride Hyrule and the Sweet Cook Sanji started. At the beginning, the giant struggled to spot the invisible fighter, but with some quick thinking and destroying the arena to create uneven ground and a dust cloud, he managed to overcome that problem. From there on, a balanced battle ensued, neither side giving the other even an inch. Sanji uses his tornado omelet for big damage, but Hyrule creates an opportunity for a big counter out of the situation. It really is impossible to tell who is going to win this battle, and with that also the title of the strongest rookie warrior and champion of the Winter Solstice Festival tournament. We last left off with the blonde cook gaining some distance to try out a completely new technique he just came up with on the spot. This one is called the barbecue shot, igniting more of his leg with the Azure Pudding Inferno and then turning those flames into projectiles. While not possessing the accuracy of a sniper makes it harder to hit, every flame shot is packed with enough power to destroy a ship. In another universe, a donut probably just turned over in his grave because he had to eat a devil fruit to gain a similar power than this. Now let's get into how this final battle develops further. This really is something he will ask his brother-in-law Katakuri and the snipers for help when he sees them again. He always has been the all-rounder type, so adding long-range attacks to his arsenal is the smart thing to do. But thinking about the future training sessions won't help in the current battle against the juggernaut of the giants. More and more flame kicks get shot at Hyrule as he tries to get closer to the battle cook. Not getting hit by these bomb-like attacks is his top priority right now. Anything else, like landing a match-deciding punch, has to wait until he is in reach. Good thing the barbecue shots are visibly easy to notice, so even his hearing problems aren't a problem for this scenario. However, his big build also makes him an easier to hit target. As not the swiftest person either, he just has to pull through a few of the hits. Sanji is keeping his distance, and believe it or not, he can do so without any major issues because he is way faster than his opponents. So a change of plan is needed for the giant, and he has one idea. While continuing as well as he can do, he grabs rubble from the ground. No matter the size or shape, just any rubble will do. Once he gathered enough, he keeps on running towards the blonde human, but throws the pieces of rock straight at the fire blast to stop them before they can even come close to him. A battle of projectiles starts. Only problem with that, Hyrule is limited by materials, and Sanji is only restricted by his own stamina. For some time this continues, and everybody in the audience loves the change in combat. An unpredictable battle is sure to be an entertaining one. With rock ammunition coming to an end, it's time to assume a new tactic. A strategy Hyrule himself has decided to call Arena Weapon. In his crew, he normally isn't the one to come up with the names for the strategies, but it gets the point across. And during a few more fire shots, Hyrule hunches over and pushes his hands into the arena floor. With grunts and excessive force, he succeeds, all to the shock but also amazement of the spectators. A huge chunk of the arena gets pulled out and flipped towards where Sanji is standing. The Sin of Pride literally turned the entire arena into a potential weapon. Not only can it crash into the blonde cook, but it also works as cover for a giant warrior. However, even with the center part of the battlefield now missing, it wouldn't be considered a ring out as it is still inside the arena. Only if you get pushed over the edges of the arena, you are outside of the ring. His vision is getting blocked. The rock is too big to jump over, and there is no time to go to either of the sides. Well, the only possible option is to continue firing attacks at it, hoping to break through in time. The indent on the arena piece gets bigger and bigger, and just when Sanji was about to break through, he gets greeted by the giant's fist. From above, the captain of the new giant warrior pirates smashes his fist into the human. On top of all the rocks bumping into him, that punch packed enough power to shake somebody's world. Only because of Sanji's hard training could he tough it out and keep going. The battle of these two is a back and forth, and they go blow for a long time, making it unclear who is going to win. For the younger generation, it is hard to follow all of the incredible things the two fighters are doing, so Absalom, Bronya and Brook do their best to explain everything to them while this is going on. This event is for everyone in Elbaf, so it is only the right thing to do to make sure that everybody can enjoy the amazing battles. With everybody else being busy taking care of the main group of kids, the Shadow Emperor himself is trying to get back on Liv's good side, and Perona is just watching that spectacle. Using his shadow and earth powers to create small dolls and other toys, Moria first wants to use bargaining chips, and at first it seems to work. She is interested, but as she is about to grab a shadow sword, obviously made with a dull blade for her own safety, she pulls back her hand quite quickly. This will turn out to be the hardest battle yet for the Death Gods. Not even Kaido's might can be compared to the unpredictability of a young child. Every time Liv rejects another attempt from Moria, the captain of the Strawhat Pirate looks like he just got hit by one of Perona's negative hollows. As a bit of an older man, Moria is oblivious to what is going on in the mind of the young girl, but his pink-haired adoptive daughter has already understood what is going on here. It takes no genius to actually see it, but our big onion man has lost his touch of lazing around for so many years. The emotion we see from Liv is neither hatred or anger. This orphan girl is actually just really embarrassed. Even if she is just 3 years old, as a giant she grows up a bit faster. And just like every other young child, she wants to appear older than she actually is. Falling asleep while cuddling with someone she has grown fond to just has her completely red-faced. These shenanigans continue on the sideline, and the two of them are in their own personal bubble, with the Shrine Maiden of Death just being a spectator. Meanwhile, the battle proceeded, and it seems like Sanji holds the advantage once again. At this point, both sides are starting to show signs of exhaustion, but neither of them is willing to give up. This battle will continue for a while, unless something big happens to end it once and for all. But how that fight is going to turn out, we will have to find out another time, as we are now going to another island in the New World. Whole Cake Island, Whole Cake Chateau, Meeting Room. After the raid of the Blackbeard Pirates, the entire Totoland archipelago had to deal with the destruction of houses and other locations. Many people got defeated and thus injured or possibly even killed. Their losses won't be forgotten, but the biggest disrespect was the kidnapping of Charlotte Pudding. In the meeting room of the Whole Cake Chateau, 11 people have gathered. In Big Mom's absence, it is their job to take care of the territory and the family. With the return of the people that went to Wano, every high-ranking member has returned. The information about the disappearance of Pudding's husband, Sanji, is another piece of bad news. Perospero as the oldest son and Compote as the oldest daughter, Katakuri, Smoothie and Cracker as the 3 sweet commanders plus the demoted Snack, Daifuku and Oven as more important key players of the family, and last but not least 3 members of the crew that weren't born into it, Sweet Shark Jimbei, Bloody Ocean Koribu and Swamp Hero Karibu. All these brave heroes have gathered to discuss and plan a revenge and rescue mission. The Blackbeard Pirates won't get out unscathed if the Big Mom Pirates can go all out without being concerned about their home island. Perospero, as the oldest, insists on being the leader, but after his actions on Wano, the others are obviously leaning more towards Katakuri or even Karibu because he had a big moment on Wano. Jimbei acts as a voice of reason for the Charlotte family. They all know how powerful a Yonko crew is, and they already lost against them once. It is not like they miraculously grew stronger. The only difference would be the fighting power of the Wano returnees, but their passion of wanting to rescue Pudding and also wanting to get revenge is quite big, so Jimbei has to stop them quite often. The question if all of the people who returned from Wano can turn the war into their favor is unclear. Big things are happening all around the world. Some people feel hopeless and lost. Others, however, feel motivated and can't wait to see how the world is going to change. Every big player is starting to move. The world government, the Marines, the revolutionaries, and the Yonkos. This will mark the beginning of a completely new era. The only question is, will it be a time of darkness or light? A time of sadness or joy? We can only wait and find out in the next episodes of Shadow Piece. But that is all from me for today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. The battle between Sanji and Hyrule got interrupted by a short sequence on Whole Cake Island, but we sometimes also need to check in with other things that are going on around the world. But I think that's everything I have to say for today. So all that's left to be said is stay happy, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay cultured. Pyro out. Bye!